So I thought I'd make a video today about my New Year's resolutions for 2018 and kind of reflecting back on my resolutions from 2017 and just reflecting on the year as a whole. My resolutions I did last year, I wrote them all with a question mark at the end to try and make them feel like less intimidating, so it wasn't like, oh, you have to achieve all of these, and more of like a these might be nice things to do. So I thought I'd go through the ones I set. So the first one is one that I didn't do at all, which was I really wanted to volunteer at my local rape crisis centre. It's definitely something I want to do in the future, but I also don't, looking back, I don't know if I would have been able to do it very well had I done it like this year. I think I've kind of probably got to work a bit more on myself and my own self-confidence before I could feel like I was really doing justice in such a role. So it's definitely something I want to do in the future, but when I think about it, I'm already doing quite a lot of work in sexual violence prevention just through some of the uni groups I'm in, and so I didn't do that resolution, but also I don't think it's like a fail because it was something that I kind of thought about, addressed, and thought maybe it wasn't really the best time for it, but it's definitely something I want to do in the future. The next one was visit a new country. Didn't do that. I did go on holiday, and I went on holiday to Naples, which was somewhere I hadn't been before. Been to other places in Italy, but I got to stay with one of my friends who's from there, and that was really nice, and I'm really glad I did get at least a holiday of some sort, even if it wasn't like a big going somewhere brand new. My third one was to get out of my overdraft again. Didn't really do that. I kind of part did that. I'm less in my overdraft than I was, but I also kind of feel like I'm just going to be in debt forever, because that's what happens if you go to university. And the fourth one was the first one that I actually did, and that was learn to do the splits. And yeah, learned to do the splits. After I achieved them, stopped doing them, could no longer do the splits. So, I mean, I guess I've proved that, you know, you can do it kind of whatever age. You put the effort in, you can do them. I would actually like to relearn and actually stick to it and be more consistent and just basically improve my flexibility. My next one was finish writing Foul Play, which was a story I started in 2016. I had the idea for NaNoWriMo, completely failed NaNoWriMo, but I really liked the idea for the story, and I've kind of been saving it, and I would like to write it eventually. So this year I also tried and failed to do NaNoWriMo, but on the positive side I thought of a different story this year for NaNoWriMo, which I didn't end up really doing, but I really liked that story, and then just kind of by chance I found a way to connect this year's story, Foul Play, and another short story idea and kind of merge them together, and I'm really, really happy about that, even though I haven't written it yet. It's just really nice, and I feel like that was a really big bit of progress, so didn't finish writing that. Another one that I 100% undeniably completely failed was perform live at an open mic. That's sort of a thing that I've wanted to do for years and years and years and years and years, and never had the confidence. I really like doing music stuff with my friends because I've got some friends who are really musical, but just kind of having this low confidence is really, it's just depressing, to be honest, because I do think there's a lot of things I would love to do. Like, I would love to go busking with my friends, and I'd love to just do an open mic night, just do something like that, and I think I'm going to keep on like setting that as a goal for myself, and I think eventually I will do it. I just need to kind of bite the bullet and commit, and then, you know, if I do it and like fuck up, and, you know, like, so be it. Kind of, it's better to do it and like be pretty mediocre, I think, than just to not do it and always be like, oh, I would love to do it, I wish I could do it, but feeling like I can't. So yeah, that was a fuck up. The next one was make 2 videos a month, which I sort of did. I think I've made 21 videos, which I'm really, really happy about, especially since for the past couple of years it's only been like maybe like 4 or 5 videos a year. The next one is the one that I really did good at, and that was be an extra in a television program / film. So yeah, I did really good on that front. I think it's just one of those things where I could keep on saying for ages like, oh, I want to do it, I like the idea of doing it, but ultimately you just kind of have to give yourself the kick up the arse. But yeah, so I joined an extras agency in about May, and then I've done, I think, about 7 roles with them. I'm really, really glad I've done it, and I think it's been so good for my kind of like confidence. There's been times when I've kind of got messaged about jobs just the day before, and I've just had to kind of be like, yeah, that's okay. It's okay that I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing or what I'm meant to be wearing. Just gonna have to put my faith in someone else, and that's okay. Being an extra is very much just stand in the background and don't draw attention to yourself, but it's really nice to kind of be doing something different, and the money's actually quite good. My last one was start therapy / counselling for kind of all the scrambledness of my brain. I think I maybe had like 2 sessions, so I guess I tried. It's a bit hard kind of, I think, being a student and with like the mental health system, because your doctor's trying to like push you onto your university's own like internal setup, and then the university's trying to be like, oh, just go to the doctors, go through the NHS, which, to be honest, like, my doctor is absolutely lovely and she's so nice, and the university services, they're always really lovely as well, and I genuinely just think it's down to funding. So that's been frustrating, the fact that I feel like I've kind of spent a lot of time just being like, help, and it's just a bit of a slap in the face when there's not really anything there for you. The last thing I wrote was be happy, ? I find it a bit hard to quantify, and one thing next year I really want to do is to kind of find a way to keep track of my mental health a bit better, so I kind of have a more accurate representation of it, because I do find it quite hard even now to kind of think back of like, oh, have I been happy this year? So 2018, woo! I think I've written more things this year, and I think it wasn't that maybe that I was actually consciously being like, oh, I need to set more goals. I think it might have just been like, oh, I want to fill up this whole page. I think the things I've picked are definitely achievable, and I think they're more kind of long-term goals if I just kind of stick at it. Even that's like a good sign, even that's like an achievement in itself, if I can just kind of motivate myself to continue aiming towards these things. My first one is establish a daily routine and stick to it. My second one is to invest more time playing guitar and practicing piano. I've been playing guitar since I was about like 7, and I've just kind of reached like a plateau in the fact that I don't get really any better because I don't really have an incentive to get better. Like, I can play chords, so I just play chords. So my grandma moved to Leeds a couple of months ago, and she brought her piano with her, and her piano's been put in our house because there's not really room for it in her flat, and I kind of want to make the most of having it there. And my third one is, I don't know if this is maybe just a bit of a stupid one, it's a bit unconsequential. Sort of wrote down to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, but I think just generally I want to change the way I use YouTube a little bit. When I first started, I'd just post like these really kind of low quality, silly videos, and they wouldn't be very good, but I'd just get random comments from people who stumbled upon it, and I always really appreciated that. So I wrote 1,000 subscribers. It's a bit of an arbitrary number, but I want to grow my YouTube channel. Would really like the idea of getting like I like the idea of getting some like regular viewers, rather than just the views I get being from the people I know in real life once I've sent them the videos. Like, I want to feel like that there are people who kind of actively watching my videos and kind of deliberately searching for them or similar things. And I don't know, when I kind of think about the YouTubers that I really love now and the ones who really mean a lot to me, they're all relatively small YouTubers. Like Candy Something, I absolutely adore her. Rosianna, I adore her as well. Lots of people, I'm not going to list them because I'll start tripping over myself. Just this kind of really like soft, cozy, inspiring girls who are just so open about their own vulnerabilities and so kind of willing to just talk, and just even when they're just talking the most randomest shit, it's like just always comes out so articulate and so eloquent, and it's like I don't know, it just feels so intimate, and I really enjoy that, and I really value that, and I kind of would like to try and do that more on my YouTube channel. I'd like to do more sit down talking videos because I've got a lot of feelings, I got a lot of things I want to say, but it is quite hard. So I want to make more videos, I want to give less shits about the people who I know who might be watching it, and just like whatever, they can just they can just think what they think, you know. And like, not that they're all really nice. Like, the people I know in my life are really nice people. I shouldn't really care, but so I want to grow my YouTube channel. I want to invest more time and effort and kind of try and find my niche again a little bit, because I think I used to have that when I was in the kind of like nerdy teenager kind of groups. That really helped me a lot when I was a young teen, and I really placed a lot of value in that. Basically what I'm trying to say is I want to feel like I'm not just making videos that are for the people that I know in real life. Not that I'm not making them for the people that I know in real life, but just so that I feel less restricted and I feel like I can view YouTube as a platform like in its own right, rather than just something supplementary to kind of like Instagram or Facebook. Which is also, I don't know, it's just odd because YouTube was the first social media I ever got. Like, I was way late on like Facebook and Instagram. Like, it took me ages to get them. I want to put my heart out there more and feel okay with it and not feel really worried that my mum's somehow going to watch it, because if she does, so be it. It's not the end of the world. Like, my fourth sort of resolution is to just do more sewing. I'd like to be a little bit more sensible and kind of always have like a project on the go, rather than just being like, oh, I've started a project, I need to finish it tonight. My next one is say yes to more opportunities, and I'm going to kind of merge that with another one that I've written, which is just challenge my anxiety, make more music videos, perform live, just not really let my self-consciousness or kind of low self-esteem limit the opportunities I actually agree to do anymore. I expect other people are gonna expect me to be like amazing, and which I'm like not, and that's like enough of a reason for me just to not do it at all, because I'll make a video and kind of be like, oh, it's okay, but it's not really amazing, is it? I don't really want people to see me not being amazing, even though no one will hold me to the same standards that I hold myself. And I think that's quite common with people with anxiety and perfectionism and stuff like that. Just want to kick perfectionism up the arse, pretty much. I just want to do more shit and kind of be more okay with things not being perfect. Another thing I want to do is just go away somewhere by myself for like a weekend. Not even like out of the country necessarily. I think just like to challenge my anxiety, because that's something I could have done a few years ago, and I did do a few years ago, but I think I've really struggled with it now, and for that reason I kind of want to do it just to nip it in the bud. Another one, run my 3rd half marathon. I did one when I was 18, one when I was 22. Bit of a gap, would rather not leave such a long gap, but I'd like to do another one. I quite enjoyed them actually, and I think if I actually trained I'd like them a lot more. Okay, so my next one is relearn how to write for fun, and underneath that is finish foul play, finally. When I was younger I used to love writing. For years and years and years I just used to have this kind of automatic response, and people would be like, what do you want to do when you grow up? I just would be like, I want to be a writer, and I still kind of do, but I just don't write. So I feel like I kind of need to actually see if that's something I can do, and if that's something I think that I could train myself to get back into. And even if it's like not me wanting to be a writer as my profession, I would just like to have it as a hobby, because it's something that has brought me a lot of joy, and I do really value like the time and effort I've put into things in the past, and would like to do that again. Another one is learn to study. I would like to be a better student and actually yeah, basically just not leave things to the last minute anymore, because that's stressful. I also want to journal more, which I've had this like diary journal thing for maybe a few years now, and I haven't used very much of it, but I'm like really like just looking through it, because I just use it as an excuse to doodle and sometimes write diary entries. And I think because I'm a little bit more relaxed on myself about it, I've kept it more enjoyable, whereas in the past for years I used to write every single day, and I just didn't want to do it, and it would just be like, oh, at school I had PE and then it was lunch and then I went home, and I was like, that's just boring, like why did I even bother? Like, so I'd rather just actually write what I want to write, but also try and do it more often. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, I'll write every week, because I think that would just that wouldn't really be sustainable for me, but just kind of to know it's an option. Take better care of my health, keep asking for the help I need. I'm very lucky in the fact that I live in Britain where there's a national health service. I get my healthcare for free. It is quite difficult to access the help, so I think I just need to be more persistent and kind of be more okay with trying things, and if they don't work, just trying something different, because at the moment it's more like I'll be given a medication and then if it doesn't work I'll just stop taking it and just give up and be like, oh, I'm just condemned to always have terrible mental health. Whereas actually I should just keep trying and eventually maybe something will help. Be more optimistic. Utilise the services that are there. And the last one is a fun one because everything else has been getting a little bit too deep. Is I really want to start roller derby. I've been saying it for years and years that I really want to do it, and I'm like, I think I just should give it a try, and then if I don't enjoy it, then like I'll know at least, rather than kind of always feeling a bit like left out that I'm not doing it when I could just be doing it. So 2017 was okay. 2018 maybe better, who knows, we'll find out. Happy New Year everyone, we've made it. If you're watching this, we made it, we got through the year, good job, I'm proud of you. Here's to a very good 2018. Cheers.